Leviticus chapters 4 to 6 deal with what happens when people sin, intentionally or unintentionally. These chapters teach us that sin always matters, but so does God's grace. Through the sin offering and the guilt offering, God gives his people a way to be cleansed, restored, and made right with him and others. If anyone sins unintentionally, he shall offer a bull without blemish to the Lord. Leviticus 4:2-3. This chapter introduces the sin offering, made for unintentional sins, things done out of ignorance or weakness. The type of sacrifice depended on who sinned: high priest, bull entire congregation, bull leader, male goat ordinary person, female goat or lamb. In every case, the sinner would lay hands on the animal, which would then be slaughtered. The priest would sprinkle blood on the altar and burn parts of the animal. The priest shall make atonement for them, and they shall be forgiven. Leviticus 4:20. Even unintentional sin separates us from God. But this offering shows his mercy. He provides a way back even when we didn't mean to stray. If anyone sins in that he hears a public adjuration to testify, or if anyone touches an unclean thing. Leviticus 5:1-2. This chapter gets practical, listing common sins: withholding testimony, touching something unclean, making a rash oath, forgetting an obligation. When someone realized they sinned, they were to confess it and bring a sin offering, a female lamb or goat or 2 birds if they were poor, or fine flour if they had nothing else. And the priest shall make atonement for him, and he shall be forgiven. Leviticus 5:10. God expected honest confession and personal responsibility, not excuses or hiding. This chapter shows that forgiveness is not limited to the wealthy or powerful. God made a way for everyone to be forgiven, regardless of their status or resources. If anyone sins and commits a breach of faith by deceiving his neighbor about something entrusted to him, Leviticus 6:2. This chapter introduces the guilt offering, sometimes called the trespass offering. It covers sins that involve dishonesty, damage, or theft, especially when another person is wronged. The offering was a ram without defect, but the sinner also had to confess the sin, repay what was taken, add 20% more as compensation. He shall restore it in full and shall add a 1/5 to it. Leviticus 6:5. God's justice is not only spiritual, it's relational. You can't be right with God while being unjust to others. This teaches us that real repentance involves restitution, making things right. God doesn't just want a clean heart, he wants clean hands too. Leviticus 4:6 reveals a God who takes sin seriously, but also makes a way for forgiveness. The sin offering deals with our internal guilt. The guilt offering deals with the harm we've done to others. Both call for honest confession, sacrifice, and sometimes restitution. And in every case, God's response is the same: you will be forgiven. These offerings point ahead to Jesus, the perfect sacrifice who paid for our sin and restores both our hearts and our relationships.